really got to work that out. Those things don't go smooth. What's going on, everybody? Angel, what's going on? You were promised Donkey Kong. I just said it's on like Donkey Kong. What's going on, people? I'm Phil Russert. Happy New Year. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to have a great year because you know what? The year is a mindset, right? Everything is a mindset. And I'm in great moods. I'm in great mindset. I'm ready to take on the world with Philbo Publishing and Legendary Illustrations. Let's do this. All right, Brian Chamberlain is drunk. Good to know, Brian. How are you? So should I hit you up for money now that you're drunk? That's the best time to do it. Can I have $100? Anyway, so just a couple of things. First of all, the Legendary Illustrations art book campaign has been fulfilled, except for this one gentleman who will not answer his emails and has not completed a survey. So we just have one left. Hopefully he reaches out soon. And Shazam! And what's up, Greg? Everybody else's art books are out. The art commissions, some have already been sent out. Kenny sent his out today, and they look awesome. So look out for that. The others are on their way. So that's what's going on with that. Legendary Illustration is going to have some art sales coming very soon. So save your money because we are going to provide you with champagne quality art for beer prices. Also, unfortunately, the post office sucks and damaged some art that Rod Rodolfo sent from Brazil. We will be selling that at a very discounted rate now because the corners were shot. The art itself is intact, is fine, but the corners of the paper about that far in are dented. So with a flat frame, they'll still look great. We're going to sell them at a discounted rate. Greg, what's going on? Angel, you'll take it away. I'm sure you would. First of all, 2022 was very successful for Philbo Entertainment Promotions, which is my overall company that has the subsidiaries publishing and Legendary Illustrations. And that's thanks to all of you. So thank you so much to everyone that supported. We are in the black. The company is making money. Not enough for me to retire from my day job yet, but we are making money. It's been very successful. And to be honest with you, I was brought up never knowing the value of a dollar and taught to just be the worker drone. I wasn't told the value of college or working for yourself. And I jumped into a business venture on my own, scared to death. And you know what? We're doing great. And this year is going to be even bigger. We have a lot coming from Philbo Publishing. So I'm just really excited about that. And I'm really grateful for the friendships I've made, the support of everybody, and the things going on. A couple things to talk about. Glenn Ackham has his book. If you don't know Glenn, he's high on the spectrum of autism. He's a nice guy, beautiful, wonderful wife, and he's always had the dream of making comic books. And he loves Dungeons and Dragons and fantasy, and he has a book called Alma the King. Kevin Stewart, I've been trying to help him get artists to do it. He can't pay artists because of a limited income because of his situation. And Kevin Stewart stepped up big, and he's drawing the book and inking the book. And then we have a colorist that's going to donate time and a letterer. So keep an eye out, man. We're working on that book, and we're going to get a Kickstarter going for him because you know what? Glenn wants to show the world that even if you have autism, you can live your dream. And if Glenn can find a way, so can you. Anyway, so looking forward to that book. Brian's a government contractor. Spend your tax dollars. That's pretty funny. Sorry, I'm getting a bunch of messages right now. Hey, Alex, I'm live right now, so I'll talk to you in a minute. I just got like 5 messages. Anyway, I have a lot of books in production right now. I have many titles in production, and there are going to be more to come. Before we get to that, you just finished Tragedy 3. Good stuff. Thank you so much, Brian. 4 is at the printers. That's what I want to talk to you about. Oh, I forgot. Hang on. All right. I hope you all stick around. Check this out. First of all, my wife is amazing. She made this plaque based on the logo that Robert Powers did for my company. As you know, it's a play on Lord of the Rings. And this plaque is going to go hang up above my studio. That was awesome of my wife. She's amazingly talented. And I can't wait to show you what she's going to be doing soon with woodworking and metalworking, etc. Tragedy 4, the proof came back. It wasn't good. So I had it fixed. They sent the proof. The proof is great. We even added some fan art in there for some people. Alex Bravo fan art, Dustin Thierry fan art is in here. And Connie Jolitz fan art is in here as well. I love that piece. I really love that piece. So the book is ready to go, and it's at the printers, and we're going to fulfill that in January. Boom, it's going to be done finally. I apologize for the delay. Look what came in. It launches next week. Don't leave, people. It launches next week. The Dynamics. Let me explain something to you. You might look at the cartoony art. You might look at this and think it's all kiddie. It's not going to be fun. It's kind of dumb. It's not. I'm telling you, it's that book that it's like that Pixar movie that the adults can enjoy and really walk away from saying it was great, and the kids loved it too, and you could both watch, enjoy it together. There's nothing inappropriate for children. You all know I've got my girls, and I won't do anything inappropriate for them. I don't even pop Tragedy's boobs out, even though I could probably make 10 grand more on a damn campaign. So if my kids can't read this, I won't put it out there. This is good to get your kids into reading, get them into reading comics, enjoying time with them. You could sit down and read it with them. There's action, there's fun, there's laughs. Everybody who beta tested it and read it ahead of time, the reviews have been great. I've been very fortunate to have great reviews by a lot of great people. And I don't like to be that guy on American Idol that can't sing, but nobody told them the truth. So I always go to the people that I expect to rip me apart. And they're telling me it's good. My girls can't read yet. Well, they were just born a few months ago, Angel. Hey, Pete, what's going on? Pete, plug your show that's coming up in February. Pete has his indie show for indie artists, indie creators, and he puts it on in February in Long Island. So come out and go to the show. See if he's still got spots open, tables, but they do cosplay. Artists are there. It's awesome. Pete's really supporting the underground indie scene. These are guys that are really, gritty, street level. Let's get this out there, artists. So check that out. Anyway, so this is launching on Kickstarter next week, next Wednesday, the 11th, January 11th. And I'm asking you, come out strong. Please help me start by making this year start strong and awesome. You will not be disappointed in this book. I promise you, you will not be disappointed in this book. And you can only prove me wrong if you buy it and you read it. But I don't think that'll prove me wrong either. I think you still like it. So that's that. Dynamics. Next week, we're going to have a live launch party. The illustrator, inker, colorist, letterer, Robert Powers will be a guest. Mato Zapata will be a guest because he did a cover. And Addie Kidd will be a guest. She did a cover as well. So we're going to have some artist guests. We're going to hang out. We're going to talk. We're going to launch it live. And hopefully we're going to start off strong and fund quickly. We've been very blessed. I've been very blessed to fund. All my campaigns are funded very quickly. This is going to be fulfilled very soon. I'm waiting on bookmarks. The metal bookmarks that are gorgeous. They're gorgeous. This book is going to be fulfilled literally. I can get it done in 2 hours, 3 hours, send it out. This will be fulfilled very quickly. And then Tragedy will be fulfilled. And before Dynamics is over, everything is caught up. We're good to go. I have other titles coming out. This is the Devils in Details short story book. The first one is Withered. Withered is continuing as a comic series illustrated by Will Playden. That is coming out in March. I'm telling you, it's looking amazing. What he's doing is insanely beautiful. And I don't know if you saw that panel what I showed you. Actually, let me show you real quick because it's just so beautiful. I have to show you. First of all, this is the bookmark art that I'm waiting for in metal. This is what backers are getting in a metal bookmark. That's just gorgeous. Look at that. All right, and that's Withered. And just to show you, look at that. Look at that piece. He painted this background on his regular illustrated panels. So that's just awesome stuff. I gave out Christmas gifts 2 weeks ago in a live stream, and those Christmas gifts went out to the people who backed the art book. Those went out. The other ones are going out this week. Look at some of the pages to Withered. I'm not kidding when I tell you this. These are stretch goals. Those designs that I posted, you can get them comic size prints of all these amazing character designs by Will Playden. I don't know what we're gonna reach. I doubt we're gonna reach the top one, but let's shoot for the stars, right? Why the heck not? Listen, I cannot thank you enough for everyone who supported me and really lifted me up and really made this feel like I'm doing it for something. I promise you, I do my best to put out quality content. The art is professional level. The stories are different, and I think they're well written, but that's for you to decide. And give it a try. If you're tired of what's out there, or if you feel that there's too much of a writer's opinion in stories, or they're just pushing an agenda, or if you feel like you can't enjoy entertainment anymore because someone's always interjecting something of life in there, my books are here to entertain. There's no politics, there's no social agenda or message. You don't know my opinion on anything because it's not my place to put that in there. My books are not my megaphone or my soapbox pulpit. I promise. They're just stories to read and enjoy, and I think you'll enjoy them, and I hope you give them a shot. They're small investments of a few bucks, and for all you know, you might wind up with something that you really love and enjoy. Warren Brown, tragedy is very well written. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Warren has his book out, which I got. I didn't read it yet. I apologize, Warren, but I will. The Adventures of Joe and Sig, and drop your links to it where people can buy it, Warren. Drop your links. Pete, just to remind you, the Indie Art Show, over a dozen artists, February 4th, noon, 8 p.m. at the Great South Bay Brewery in Bayshore, all ages, till 6 p.m. Then it's 21 and over, no cosplay contest, but cosplay is encouraged. Okay, awesome. So check that out. Hey, kitten. Want to come say hi, or you want to wait until you're done brushing your teeth? There's Kitten, brushing her teeth. I got my time with her earlier. We got to hang out and have a slice of pizza. That's always awesome. Lunchbox Comics, guys. Go there and check out his new book. And there's Little Mighty. Little Mighty. This book is based on my family. And I'm telling you, it's fun. It's exciting, adventure superhero, and it's all ages, right? You read it, right? You love it. She may be a little biased, but I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to enjoy it. I really believe that. Please, we got something for everybody. Give it a try. Give it a try. Bobby, what's going on? Thanks for coming out. Alfie, what's going on, man? I haven't spoken to you in a while. Rally, what's going on? My apologies to you, Rally. I kind of screwed up. I didn't send out something to Rally. He got a while ago. I thought I did. I'm burning the candle at both ends. So I'm sorry, Rally. I'm going to send you something extra as a thank you for being patient and kind. So I apologize to you for that. Thanks, Alfie. I appreciate that. Ryan Permison, what's going on? He has a show this Saturday. Go check it out. He put the link here in the chat. Go check that out. Hey, Rob, I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing, man? Yeah, she loves it. She read the first 5 scripts, and she keeps reading them. She really enjoys them. It's really, I'm telling you, it's hard to find a book that it really is good for kids and adults to enjoy, because either the kids like it because it's silly and goofy and the adults are bored out of their mind, or it's got messages that once in a while pop up that aren't good for kids, and you look as a parent sometimes and you kind of go, oh, this was great, and then they had to like make mention of that, or I had to show that, or whatever. This doesn't have that. It's all clean and good. It starts next week. And I'm telling you, it's great for adults to enjoy and children to enjoy. You can sit down and read it together. It's superhero action. It's very colorful. It's very bright. Hey, Ryan. Yes, I will be on the show Saturday with Ryan Permison. I didn't want to make it about me. I wanted to, just plug your show. Rob, we'll work on something. I've been very blessed and lucky because I had a list of about 60, 70 artists lined up who wanted to do covers. I'm a small publisher, but I'm getting a lot of respect and a lot of interest despite that. And I'm very grateful and appreciative of that love and respect I've received. Thank you. And I'm getting through the artist list of people. I'm firing up a stream tonight too. It's definitely not for kids. Bobby Chrysophus, his YouTube channel, check that out tonight for adults only. What time, Bobby? Put it in there. What time? Anyway, I have achieved some things thanks to you that I didn't think. I wrote a prose book. I never thought I'd do that before. I published comic books successfully. I mean, our first tragedy campaign out of the gate, I never did anything before, made over 10 grand and had over 200 backers. And I can't thank you all enough. Bobby said it's 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check it out. If you want to give us a little clip, like a little synopsis of what your show is about, feel free, Bobby. Everybody's welcome to, we're a community. Everybody's welcome to share what they're doing here. Okay. Pete's about to jump on live and draw in about 15 minutes. So go check out Pete Vasquez. Drop the links when you want, Pete. Go right ahead. I really believe in community. I believe that so wholeheartedly that my mission for Philbo Publishing isn't just for me to become a well-established publishing company. It's to help give the little guy a shot. A lot of companies aren't going to take a risk or a chance on the little guy who hasn't proven himself or her. I'm going to. I'm just putting myself in the position where I can take that risk. And once I get there, I'm going to take submissions from new indie creators that really want a shot. And I will have Diamond or Lunar distribution in place when I do that. I am going to be a legitimate publishing company. I'm not kidding when I say that. Philbo Publishing is going to start building and going up the ladder. You know, it's going to be up there with Source Point Press and Scout and Antarctic Press, etc., and Aftershock and all those. And then, God willing, I'm going to surpass that. And I'm going to be maybe mentioned with Dark Horse and Image someday. That's the goal. If you know me, I'm not stopping until I get there. I'm hungry as hell, and I'm not stopping. I've got to show them to embrace life with both arms and that you can have what you want and you can fulfill your dreams if you're willing to bleed, sweat, and cry for it. And I'm trying to show them that. I really want to show them that.
And you are.
You're sweet. I mean, that's my job, right?
More.
That's my job.
It's more than your job.
I got to set them up.
It's what you have to do, so you better get to it.
You're a mess. Rob has 5 issues of his Hell's Diner ready on the back burner. Very cool, Rob. If you want to throw a synopsis or a link or anything, feel free. Ryan's keeping busy with his podcasts. Bobby said just some comic guys messing around. Buzz hops on free. Oh, Buzz. Yeah, good old Buzz. You guys know Buzz. He's always very nice to you guys. Sleep well, sweet dreams. God bless, baby girl. I'll see you in the morning. Sleep well, sweet dreams. God bless, kid. Noses? Come on, give me noses. Come on. Noses. Are you going to do that? Why? Because we're live? Come on. Give me kisses. Sleep well, sweet dreams. God bless. I love you. She's hitting those preteen years where she gets embarrassed easily. Niall Scala, don't listen to Bobby. Hey, Niall, what's going on? Somebody help me. I'm getting choked out. Actually, it's more like a hug now. Oh, you love me. I knew that would get you to let go. Anyway, so we have Withered. Diary of Dread is a horror. Knows this. Thank you. Good night. At 2, Niall. Everybody check out Niall Scala. Obviously, Pop XP is way more popular than my live streams, but if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. It's a great show. They have great guests, everything from indie creators to big names. Nile, of course, is co-hosted by our buddy Billy Tucci, the creator of She. Anyway, I wish I could announce this art cover that's coming up, though. I have a huge artist announcement, and I just can't do it yet. Darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it. Besides Withered coming in March, what? What? No, well, he's one, but he's not the one I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I know what you. Yeah.
So I can't announce that yet, but besides Dynamics coming out next week, and then Withered in March, and then Tragedy 5, and then we have the trade paperback. Attached to the trade paperback will be the Tragedy manga, which Kenny Calderon just happened to pop up here, is the artist on that. The manga looks fantastic. The manga is going to be traditional Japanese, going the other way, but it will be in a larger comic form just for issue 1. But we will release a volume of the first 5 in a manga size edition later on in the year. Diary of Dread. I have 5 horror stories in there. Charles Santino, who wrote Conan for Marvel in the 90s, early 90s, has a short horror story in there as well. This is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school kind of horror magazine. I wasn't going to go with magazine because with superheroes, it doesn't really work. But with horror, it does. And I polled literally about 100 horror fans, and every one of them says they absolutely love the horror magazine idea. Now, does that mean they'll buy it? I don't know, because people do that. But I think a horror magazine will work because they're always done in magazine format. I won't do a superhero comic in that, but I think horror will work. It's going to be 154 pages. I'm talking to a big-name horror artist right now and a big-name horror writer right now about possible interviews in there as well to give it a little bit of the magazine feel, but it'll be 140-something pages of story. I have the horror stories in production. All the beta readers have been saying those stories are awesome too. I'm not saying it. They are. You have to find out for yourself. So I'm excited about Diary of Dread coming out later in the year. I have some tragedy villain one-shots that are scripted and will be going into production. I have another ongoing series called Displaced that's going to be going into production. Again, distribution is in the future for Filbo Publishing. I'll give you more details on that later. There's so much. I've been working at this and biting my tongue, waiting to just explode. Someone told me I'm on fire. I said, I'm not on fire yet, but I am doused in gasoline waiting to ignite. And I need you guys to like that match. I need you guys to come out and support and build this. If you believe in people that are passionate about comics and just want to give you great comics to entertain, I'm not a corporation, I'm not a business. I'm not here trying to push the same product over and over on you to make $1. I'm just a guy like you who wants to put out the comics that I love and hopefully you love too. What better thing to support? Not just me. There's other people in the community. Hey, Nate, what's going on? That's what better place to put your money? Speak to anybody who's picked up a book from me, and they'll tell you that it was a quality book. From the art to the writing to the production. You will not waste your money on Filbo Publishing, and I challenge you to prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Get a book. You can reach out, DM me for any of the tragedy books, but just so you know, on this Dynamics campaign, all 4 tragedy books have a tier that you could pick up those 4 books. But seriously, if how many times did you know what Stranger Things was? You were scrolling through Netflix and there's like, oh, this looks interesting. And then like in 2 sentences, you're like, oh, what's this? And next thing you know, you love Stranger Things. And it's this new thing that when it comes out, you can't wait to stream it. Well, why don't you do that with indie books? There are indie books out there that are so damn good, and I can name a few right now off the top of my head. Lee Giles has a book that is really good, Red Scare. Christopher Elston has a book called Rabbit's Baddest Song that is really, really good. There's quite a few, but you don't know them. You don't realize they're there. And you don't have a Netflix to scroll through to find them. And I know that there's that trust factor. Well, they're not known. They're not, Scott Snyder and Capullo and what have they done? But everybody has to start somewhere, and they need you. They need you to buy that book. And don't just buy it, don't just like it, talk about it. Go tell people about it. Say, dude, I read that Rabbit's Badass song, or I read Red Scare, or I read Tragedy, and man, that was some good stuff. And more people need to be paying attention to this. 47 Furious Tales. Yes, yes, absolutely. Sonopa Publishing, which is, it's got William Samuel Quinton. I was trying to remember the order of his name. Sorry. I'm not familiar with Mary Machine Gun or Niobe's Godslayers, but I've heard wonderful things about both of them, so you should go check them out. But seriously, we talk about, you didn't know what Stranger Things was. You didn't know what some of these properties are, like Raising Dion and all these shows that you took a chance on them and you enjoyed them. And now they're things that you can't wait to see when they come back, right? Why don't you do that with indie comics? You can go for $15 on a campaign and get a solid, yes, The Bar. That's another book by Sean P. Terry. It's an anthology series, but it's got its mainstream theme going underneath. I have the first 2 issues. Excellent book, excellently written. Sean P. Terry's The Bar. Absolutely. It's a very good book. Absolutely. No, I know they're 2 different books, Pete. I'm not familiar with either one of them, but I've heard good things about them and their creators. So actually, absolutely, Niobe and Godslayers. But that's my point. The same way you scroll through Netflix and you find something that go, I'll give it a shot. Give us that shot. Hey, Nicholas Gear, howdy, folks. The Relentless Tin Soldier, another good book. Check them out. There's so many quality books out there that you're not giving a chance because, all right, you say that we haven't earned your trust. Well, we can unless you give us a shot, right? What's the big deal? You buy a book and you say, it was okay, and you don't come back. You wasted, what, 10, 15 bucks? You wasted more on alcohol that you peed away that night or threw up. But what if you read that book and go, damn, that was good. I can't wait to read the next one. Batman started somewhere. Superman started somewhere. In the 90s, Spawn started somewhere. But you had to give it a shot for you to know you loved it and for it to grow, right? And just remember, the more you support a project, the more money comes in, the more they can upgrade the quality. Better artists, better editors, better letterers, better colorists, better inkers. But we need you. We need you. We need you. And so far, you've all come out for me, and I'm grateful. Please come out. If you just once a week, you took $15 and said, you know what? I'm not going to buy a Starbucks coffee or that crappy Happy Meal that's clogging my arteries. And I'm going to go pick one campaign, and I'm going to go support a book. That's 4 books a month that you're supporting the dream of someone that also supports the team. Now you've helped an artist get employed and live their dream, and a colorist and an inker and a letterer and a small publisher like myself. You'd be surprised what that $15 can do to help indie people move forward. And we can do all the live streams and talk we want. I can pay for Facebook ads and get 3,000 people to look at it. But if you don't pull the trigger and take a chance, Norm Ratman is here. What's going on, Norm? But you like Starbucks? Yeah, well, you can forego one day. They probably spelt your name wrong anyway. Probably call you Nam or something. But anyway, every time you walk in a room from now on, I'm going to go, Norm! Hey, Jim O'Reilly's here. So seriously, everybody started somewhere. Even Norm Ratman, who's a big-time inker in the industry now, he's worked on so many great things, started by getting picked up at Image Comics, right? And you got to start somewhere. But we work hard, but you are the one that sparks the fire. And we need you. We need you. Just one campaign, help the little guys. Yeah, Paul, at least one campaign. Even if it's once a month, just pick one campaign that looks like it might potentially interest you and give it a shot. And again, don't stop there. If you like it, go tell the creator and go tell everybody they got to pick up this book. It takes no effort at all. The same way you'll sit there and talk and post about She-Hulk the show She-Hulk all the way, whether positive or negative, or Moon Knight, or Ben Kenobi, or the new Andor, you could be doing for the guys that need you. Disney doesn't need you to do that. You're free advertising for them. Me, I'd kill for that. For you guys to be buzzing on the internet about my books and creating a buzz and an interest, that means the world to me. That could change my life. Disney doesn't need you to do that. So the same passion you have for loving or hating these mainstream shows, you can put into supporting indie people. It doesn't take a lot. But I'm telling you, the indie crowd right now are the ones that care. We're the ones that are passionate. We're not trying to sell you an IP or a coffee mug or a Netflix show that is, filled to the brim with garbage. We're not trying to push the same product 15 different ways. We're just trying to get our stories out that we're passionate about, that we love, that we appreciate, and that we slave for. Remember, we all have day jobs. This is what we do at night. There are artists like Warren who work their day job and they're up till 3 a.m. drawing and illustrating their comic just so you can enjoy it because they just want to share it with you. And then he's up 3 or 4 hours later going to his job. We're bleeding for this. We're not fat cats sitting back going, oh, another guy bought, oh, good, our streaming service, let's raise the price again. We're not doing that. We need you. We appreciate you. And Philbo Publishing appreciates you. So I'd rather side with the giant megacorp that made Joker pregnant. Did the Joker get pregnant? I don't even want to know, because the truth is we're in a society now where you make a joke like that, you don't even know if it's true or not. The book you follow. Exactly. I mean, honestly, how many of you, and be honest with yourself, are still collecting Marvel and DC titles and you're not even enjoying them? You're just hanging on to the characters that you loved and hoping that they'll get better again. How many of you doing that? I did that for years with X-Men. I loved X-Men, man, since 9 years old. 40 years of collecting. I loved them. And I just couldn't do it anymore. I was reading it and I didn't feel connected to these characters. I didn't know them. They weren't written for me anymore. And it depressed me because I was like, this is something I was passionate about. So what did I do? I said, I'm going to do it myself. If I don't like the way it's done, I'm not going to complain about it. I'm going to go do it myself the way I think it should be done. And my books, you don't know my opinion on anything, because if you know what I think about any social or political topic, I failed you as a writer. I failed you. I'm not here to preach to you, tell you how to think, how to feel, or if you're bad or good for thinking or feeling how you feel. I'm here to tell the story. That's it. And I think they're good stories. And by the way, if Chuck Dixon, Peter David, and Howard Mackey can tell me that tragedy is well written and a quality book, why aren't you giving it a try? Those are three of the greatest writers of all times in comics. And they said I could say that. They said I could tell you that they said that. So what are you waiting for? I'm telling you, Philbo Publishing is a train that is going to keep steamrolling. Either you're on board or you're not. If you're not, cool, it's okay. But I think you're missing out. I really think you're missing out if you don't get on this train. And I'm not the only one. I'm telling you, man, there's some great books out there. Lee Giles does a lot of great stuff. We mentioned Niobe Comics and Machine Gun Mary. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar. I have to scroll back and look. But anyway, and again, The Relentless Tin Soldier by Nicholas Gear, and Christopher Elston's Rabbit's Badass Song. It would be a shame if some of these really good books don't get enough funding to continue. And I'm seeing that happen with some people. Rabbit's Badass Song should have done way better than it did. It deserved to do better. And right now he's putting that book on hold. And it's a crime. It's such a good book. It's such a good book. Here's how you know something's wrong with the mainstream. Try to name one big household name that's come in the last decade. Most of you, I agree with you. And I've said that before too, Bobby. I'm with you on that. I agree. And here's the funny thing. When Star Wars came out, none of them were stars except for Sir Alec Guinness, right? And even him, among young people, they didn't know who he was because he did more sophisticated theater and movies. So nobody knew who these people were in Star Wars, right? They weren't big names. It wasn't Tom Cruise as Luke Skywalker, you know, or Tom Hardy as Han Solo. They weren't big names. And you gave this little sci-fi movie a chance, and look how much you love its lore and its mythology now. Well, at least prior to Disney. I mean, think about it. How about this? Hindsight sucks. How many things did you pass up when you were younger and now they're big, whether it's Todd McFarlane Spider-Man pages or Eric Larson Spider-Man pages or whatever, or Mark Silvestri or Jim Lee when he drew Alpha Flight? How many people, brushed past that because they weren't big names at the time, and now you're regretting that you didn't get it when you had the chance? Hindsight can suck, man. I'm telling you, there's a lot of indie people that I think will be big someday, and I really hope they are, but they need you to do so. And I know I'm going on a long diatribe about this. I apologize, but people keep talking about this indie renaissance, and I'm not buying it yet, because you know what? People are not putting the money into this as they are into the same old crappy stuff that's going on the comic book shelves. When you talk to somebody about comics, they're no longer talking about Batman, Superman, X-Men. They're talking about more indie titles like Ice Cream Man, right? And Stray Dogs, right? Well, they had to start somewhere, right? They weren't big. So now you've got, these Kickstarters at your disposal for your next Stray Dogs or your next Ice Cream Man. They're out there, Seven to Eternity, that was out for a while. That was amazing with Jerome Pena. So I mean, think about that. When you brush by something and you're not willing to give it a chance, just stop and think for a minute. Maybe this is quality. And if it isn't, how much really was my investment in it? A few minutes, a few bucks? Not a big investment. I mean, you spend hundreds on cigarettes or pot or beer, right? That all goes to waste. You spend hundreds on fast food and takeout, or gambling. Why don't you just gamble on an indie book? It's not a lot of money. 10, 15 bucks, 20 bucks. I mean, really, what is that in the scheme of things compared to the stuff you spend money on? A lot of bad stuff that we spend money on. You can get a $4,000 tattoo sleeve, but you can't spend 15 bucks on an indie book that you might enjoy. I'm not telling you how to spend your money. I'm just saying, we as indie people hear a lot, oh, it looks good, but, I don't really have money this month. You have the money, you just don't want to spend it on that book. And that's fine if that's your choice, but why not just give it a try? Just give the number one a try. If you don't like it, don't come back. But what if you do? And talk about it. Are there indie books that anybody out there right now likes? Like Pete mentioned two or three. Is there anybody else out there that there are indie books that they think deserves a shout out? Shout them out. Let's do it. Shout it out. The indie community needs money in this section of the industry or we won't survive. So many people are working on tight budgets that are leaving artists dry. Poor quality books, not because they don't have a quality story to tell, but because they don't have money, or it's a quality book, but now they can't put out book 2 because they just didn't make enough, Yeah, Pete has his Attack on Cookie. That's going to be cool, coming out in April. Make sure to drop links for that when you have. It's a parody, homage kind of Attack on Titan. But seriously, guys, I'm not trying to pontificate here. I'm not trying to pressure anybody, but just try to think outside the box a little. PTSD, Cryptic Haze, Bushy Boo, Circus Mysteries. Paul Gomez has stuff going on. Drop links, Paul. I mean, Aaron Best, Annabelle coming out January 10th. Yours truly has a cover. Awesome, Aaron. Awesome. Joe Ryan has got his book coming out soon. 80s Girl, I believe it's called. I mean, there's stuff, man. There's so much stuff. And I know it could feel overwhelming and you don't have enough to buy everybody, but okay, pick one. Pick one every month. Just give it a try. Just one. And I'm telling you, Tragedy gets amazing reviews. It really gets amazing reviews. And that's an ongoing series. This is not going anywhere. I have 26 issues scripted, and issue 5 is coming to Kickstarter soon. 4 is at the printers now. And I fulfill quickly when there's no issues. Dynamics is coming out next week. Withered is coming out in March. My prose book is already out. If you want to order it, you can order it through me. And I have other titles coming. We have horror. I'm going to be doing some fantasy. I have a fantasy book that's going to be coming out, anthology book, and there's a lot of good stuff coming from Filbo Publishing. Tragedy is still my favorite indie book, and I called it first. You're very kind, Aaron. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Awesome, Joe. Look forward to seeing it happen. Pete said, Crown of Fire just funded Minx Cyberpunk from Merck, everything from Asylum Press. And that's the thing. I don't really know what the appeal for TNA books is, but okay, I acknowledge that there's an appeal for it, and I don't begrudge any of those people for the money they make. Good for you. If there's a demand, you can supply that demand. Fantastic. Dwayne Robinson Jr., another guy with some awesome indie books. Dwayne, please drop your links and everything. How are you, buddy? But as much as you enjoy the TNA books, try some books just based on story. Give them a try. Man, Aaron, I would love an animated film for Dynamics and a live action Daredevil type story for Tragedy. Now, that's the other thing. If you look at Tragedy, you may think, oh, another urban vigilante, or she's just Daredevil as a woman, or she's Elektra. I promise you, it's none of that. It's totally different. It's none of that. And I've never seen a character look like her. I'm very proud of her design. I'm responsible for her design. And Breath of the Dragon, too. Nobody has a design like him. I'm proud of them. He has a power that nobody's ever used in comics. Breath of the Dragon has an ability I've never seen used in comics before. Don't believe me? Pick up issues 1 and 2. 2 is where you find out. Pick them up. $10 each. 30-page books with no ads. Go check it out. Someone argued with me, oh, Marvel and DC books are 30 pages with 7 pages of ads at least. So, yeah, J.D. Calderon does some great stuff. Silverline does some great stuff. I'm not familiar with White Devil, but White Devil, there's a lot of stuff. Just pick one every week or every month. I'm serious. You have the money, you just don't have the interest, but you never know what you're going to find and become interested in, Give it a try. That's my spiel. That's my long-winded crap for the day. Honestly, right now, indie is where the passion and the heart is. Even if the execution isn't perfect, again, we're struggling with budgets, all of us. The potential is there. And great stories are being written. And if you don't give us a shot and help support us, we can't continue to grow and get better. And we can't invest in the product itself. We need you. We are working on tight budgets. And you may look at a book. If you look at an indie book and you're like, oh, that art isn't great. Why? They can't afford an artist to pay an artist more. But if you support them, if you think the story's good and the art needs improvement, when you fund and support that book, that artist, they can afford an artist on a professional level. But a lot of people can't. There are people, look, I'm fortunate. I have a good salary, thank God, through a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Mind you, I earned it, but I have a good salary so I can fund a lot of things. But there are people, and I remember when I was in this shape, they're making $9, $15 an hour. They're barely making their own bills, and they're finding ways through passion and intensity and desire to get these books done and out. That needs to be rewarded. They need you. They're bleeding for this. Like I said, there's guys that are working day or night jobs, and they're only getting 3 hours of sleep because they are working as hard at the comics, if not more, than the day job. And this, I'm telling you, these are 20-hour days for us. I get 3 hours of sleep a night, and Hooker's Kenny. And we do this for one reason. We love it. We're passionate about it. We believe in it. None of us expect to become rock stars. None of us expect to be Todd McFarlane. At least nobody with a solid head on their shoulders. We may hope for it, but none of us are expecting it. We just hope that enough people enjoy our books that we can continue making them. I mean, what better place to invest your money and time is in someone who has that kind of passion for the things that we love and we share. Corporations have sucked the life out of entertainment. They're pushing new stuff out every day. They don't even care if it's quality. They're pushing their narratives. They're putting out bad writing, lazy writing, and we're sucking it up. We're just eating it up, and then we're buzzing about it on the internet. And even the negative attention is giving attention to these shows that don't deserve it or these books. And here we are, us little indie guys, and we're bleeding, and we're sweating, and we're clawing, and we're scraping, and we're doing our best. How many of you out there go to bed every night praying to God, please, God, let me do well in this Kickstarter. Please, God, let me fund. Please, God, let me make enough to get this next book. Don't tell me you don't do that, because I know you do. I do. Even if you don't believe in God, you're hoping for it. You're hoping. Don't tell me there are times where you watch a Kickstarter when you hit that dull moment, that dull middle, and there's like 4 days of no backers, your heart isn't sinking. That your heart isn't sinking. That you invested all this time and nobody gives a crap. It's painful, man. It hurts. It hurts. Then you start wondering if it's good enough, or should you bother continuing, and that self-doubt creeps in. Fight that. But we need you guys. And look, I'm not saying every indie property is worthwhile. There are some that unfortunately they're just not ready yet. Fair enough. But what about the ones that are? Those people are working tirelessly. I work tirelessly. I really do. I get 3 hours of sleep a night, and you can ask anybody in this household. That is not an exaggeration. My hair went all white within 2 months. Don't get me wrong. I'm in the best health I've been in over 20 years. I'm at the lowest weight I've been in 20 years, and all my bloods come back. I'm great. I'm really in the best health I've been in a long time. I've just never been a great sleeper, and I put it to use. And I really feel good about this year. I really feel Filbo Publishing is going to have a great year. But I don't want to be the only one to have a great year. I want to see a lot of other people succeed. I know a lot of people that are really clawing and scraping, man, and they just want to share their passion and their story with you, and they just want to get out there. They're not looking to be rich, but they're just looking for enough people to enjoy their book that they can keep putting it out. And just some feedback. And I've gotten some amazing reviews from people that left me humbled and believe it or not, as much as I can talk, speechless. And yet nobody else knows. They're not buzzing about it. I mean, honestly, I see more posts bashing a certain show than I see any posts praising an indie book. Paul Gomez says, let me just sell one. And don't get me wrong. If at the end of the day, I continue to just sell the books the way I am, and I reach my 200-300 backers, and that's where I stay, I'm still doing what I love. I'm very happy. I'm very fortunate, and I'm happy. But I really think a lot of people will enjoy my stories if they give them a shot. I had a few people say to me, and I'm not saying this, they said to me, it's a shame that I don't have a name in this industry, because they felt that if enough people read my books, they'd be selling a ton of copies. It was very flattering to me. I had a woman tell me that Tragedy is her favorite book because, one, she can usually tell where the story's going, and I surprise her all the time. Two, that the way I write all the characters, she's invested in all of them, not just the protagonist, and she can relate to a lot of them as well. And three, that it's just a good, fun adventure. that with a character she can relate to. And that was huge for somebody to say that's their favorite book. I don't know what to say to that. I'm very humbled and grateful, and I wish that this feeling on everyone that creates. Make somebody feel good like that, man. Go support them. Go support them, please. There's so many great talents out there in the indie community, and they're trying to do it the right way, and they're trying to do it um, just through hard work. Don't let it be for naught. Please, please, please. Anyway, real quick, um, just a recap, and I'll let you guys go. You've listened to me blabber on. I apologize, but I get very passionate about this. This is all genuine passion. You can't fake this. I promise you I'm not. I talk about this all the time. I'm obsessed with this publishing company on my books. I write scripts constantly. I have written 26 issues of Tragedy, 5 issues of Dynamics, 6 issues of Withered, 5 horror stories. I wrote a prose book, 7 short stories. I've written 3 one-shots for Tragedy Villains, and I'm about to start a new ongoing series. And I'm doing this on my own time. I work 3-day jobs. I work 7 days a week, and I'm not complaining. It's how I can afford to do what I'm doing, and it's not going to be forever, because I'm telling you, Filbo Publishing, trust me when I tell you this. This is my wife's work, by the way. Thanks to Rob Power's logo. Filbo Publishing. Filbo Entertainment Promotions is the company, and the subsidiaries, Filbo Publishing and Legendary Illustrations. And by the way, I haven't even gotten into them. I have the great privilege and honor of representing some amazing artists that you may not know their name, but you really should. They are amazing. I mean, this is Rob Power. This is Will Playton's painting. And the logo is by Rob Powers. Rob Powers illustrated, colored, and lettered this entire book. He did it all himself. Ricardo Silva, right? He is the artist on this book. All right, he's amazing. Alex Sarabia illustrates my horror books. Have you seen what I posted? The guy's incredible. Gary Giroud is an amazing inker. Model Zapata has a cover on Dynamics, and another great artist who can do everything, coloring, inking, everything. Rod Rodolfo, amazing work and very professional and very quick. And all of them are professional, ego-free. We have edits, we do them, we give them back. We're honest, we give you fair rates, and I have a team that can do everything soup to nuts for your book. We literally, at Legendary Illustrations, all right, you ready? The logo, the corner box, format the book for print. We have artists who are pencilers, inkers, colorists. We have letterers. We have editors. We have writers. We have professional editors, not just some guy who says, hey, I like to edit books. They're professional editors. I'm fulfillment. I am doing it now for some international people. I'm doing a campaign right now for someone in Peru who needs to hit the American market. I create Kickstarter pages. I do the fulfillment for you. We can do everything, including marketing. We can help promote and market. We do everything. And we don't rake you over the coals monetarily. I mean, we do need to be paid for our services, but they're not astronomical. We do trailers for Kickstarters or commercials. Rob Powers does amazing trailers. I can show you samples. I can show you samples of Rob Powers trailers. We do everything. We do paint. We do covers. Everything at Legendary Illustrations. Now, no, we're not those big household names, but that's in your favor, because you're going to get champagne quality art for beer prices. You're not paying for a name. You're paying for the work, and it's reasonable. I mean, think about it. Imagine you can get work like this for $90 a page. $90, that's penciled and inked. Look at that detail. Look at that hallway. That's just Will. Will painted that. Will designed these characters. I mean, I did the design with him, but he drew them. Look at this. Look at that art. You'd be surprised how cheap the cover is. Spending $800 on a cover. We don't do that. But look what you can get. I mean, Kenny Calderon, have you seen what's going on in that manga? He can also do Western style art. I mean, and we're not raking over the coals. You can get your book done. And we work with you. We understand you're on a budget. If you can only do, piecemeal, like, look, I can only do a page a month or 3 pages a month, we'll work with you on that. Most people are like, oh, the hell with that. It's a waste of my time. We'll work with you on that. That's fine. You'll get high quality work. So that's Legendary Illustrations. You reach out to me. If you want just a commission, we got guys that commission great work. And we do a live stream every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow we'll be live again with Kenny and Will. And you come hang out, you draw live with us, and I'll post and I'll put your art live on the live stream and show everybody if you're drawing along with us. And we talk comics and we laugh, we joke, we shoot the breeze while they draw live. And you can draw at home along while you're listening to us, and I will show your art live. We work quickly, efficiently, and professionally. We understand edits are a part of life. We don't take it to heart like, oh, why do you need to change that? Or what I did was fine. No, that's fine. This is your book. If you think you need to change that, no arguments. It's changed. It's taken care of as long as they're reasonable edits, right? As long as they were not because you changed your mind, but they were our fault or we didn't read the script right. But we rarely have edits. They get it right. They take their time to read your script. They invest in your book the way you need an artist to invest in your book. I'm telling you, Kenny Calderon is a badass pro. This guy takes everything seriously. He's on time. We never miss a deadline. Never. I'm very clear on that. I will not rep anybody that cannot meet a deadline. Deadlines are deadlines. I don't care if it's Joe Bob down the street or Marvel or DC. You meet your deadlines. Every client is to be held with the same regard and respect, period. A publisher is a publisher. A creator is a creator. Whether it's the only book you publish and you don't have distribution or not, you get that love, you get that respect, and you get that professionalism from Legendary Illustrations. You could spend a ton of money on big name people who maybe they get back to you, maybe they don't because you're beneath them, or they're too busy for your cover or your pages. And it's disappointing because big names sell. I get it. I get that. But you could come to us, get a professional looking book. Yes, Mike, share your IG. Go for it. Share anything you want as long as it's, appropriate. No nudity or drugs or anything like that, which I doubt it is, but go ahead. You can get that professional quality from us, and we care. We're hungry. We're hungry, and we know what you're going through, and we want you to succeed. When you succeed, we succeed, right? If we work on your book, we help promote your book. When your book gets higher sales, it helps us, it helps you. We work together. Hopefully you come back, we do this again, and we build, right? It's a community. If everybody's focused on their own house only, it's going to take forever to build this village. But if we're all helping each other and we're building together, we could build a city. We could build vast cities. But we got to do it together. And it starts with work ethic and integrity and dignity and pride and respect. We don't care who you are. You could be a first-time publisher, first book. Just have your script ready. And I recommend you study and learn the industry before you jump into it. But we'll guide you if you don't know. We've worked with a lot of new people that didn't know and they were afraid to ask questions. And no, ask me. And I helped them. And they put their books out. And they were very happy. That's how you do it. And I promise you, I'm going to make Fillable Publishing big and successful, and I'm going to do it with integrity and respect for the little guy. I promise you that. You have my word here live on video. You just watch. I'm setting myself up to get distribution and to have a cushion where I can take a chance on the little guy. I mean, you submit to these companies. They're great companies. Image and them, of course, they're great. But when you submit to them, you know damn well it's a 99% chance you're getting rejected because you're not a big name. Look, they're in the business to make money. I understand it, right? If you're an unknown investment, you're a risk. They don't want high risk investments. It's smart business. It's why they're who they are. It's why they're successful. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not knocking them for it. I commend them on being smart business people. And maybe I'm going to be a fool and it's not going to be good. But we need a publisher with distribution that is going to look at the little guy and give him a fair chance, not because he has a name, but we're going to say this is a product I will be willing to take a risk on. That's going to be what Filbo Publishing is. Help me get there. Invest in me, and I promise I will turn around and invest it back in you. I'm very serious about that. If I can get this publishing company, and I get more capital, and I can get more, books out there, and I get more fans and supporters, I can start turning that money around and investing in you guys. And maybe one of you comes to me and says, look, Image shot me down and Scout doesn't want to do ongoing series. But I got this ongoing series I've been working on. I've got the first 4 books done, and I'm really proud of them. Can I show them to you? Yes. And I'll be honest, you're not ready yet, but you will be. Or yes, I'm willing to take a risk on this. And I'll work with you. If I think the story's solid, it just needs some work, maybe we'll work on getting it better before we put it out, and then we'll get it out there. I think you can be successful and make money and still take care of others and help others. I could be wrong, and I may fall flat on my face, but I'm willing to take that chance. But I need your help. Support Filbo Publishing, and I promise you I will support back. I will give back. I'm not saying this to get money out of your pocket, because trust me, I have like 60 covers for the first 5 issues, and never did I ever ask anybody to buy the same book that's 60 times. I put out a book of covers, so you didn't have to buy all the covers you wanted. You got the 1 issue and the book of covers, and you had 50 covers in 1 book, because I'm not trying to milk you for money. I'm not pulling George Lucas where I'm reskinning it and selling the same product. I'm not doing that. I do variants because you need to on Kickstarters. You have to. You have to survive. But again, I wasn't trying to milk you to buy the same book 4 or 5 times. That's why I made the book of covers. But buy the book. Just give it a try. Tragedy, the Dynamics next week. Please help us come out strong. Next Wednesday, 8 p.m., I am launching live. This is a great, friendly, funny, action-packed, bright, colorful family book that you can enjoy at 50 or you can enjoy at 8. I promise you there's nothing inappropriate for children. There's no preaching. There's no political agenda. There's no social agenda. It's just a fun romp of a story with family dynamics. That's why I call it the Dynamics. It's not just dynamic powers. It's the dynamics of a family. You argue. You laugh. You cry. You fight. And you also stick up for each other. You worry about each other. You laugh together. You make fun of each other. You bust each other's chops. That's what family is, right? You struggle together. You laugh together. You play together. You cry together. And it's all in the book, but in a good, fun way with superpowers. An 8-year-old who's got a set of cojones like Steven Seagal and super strength and invulnerability. It's fun. A 74-year-old woman who can do hand-to-hand combat and beat the hell out of 5 guys. It's fun. A father with a big mouth who has a sonic scream. Told you it's based on us. So I know I've dragged on for an hour. I've just gone on. I'm sorry. I didn't expect this to be this long, but I get passionate. I'm excited. This is going to be a great year no matter what happens, because even if things go wrong, I'm going to look at the positive and just keep growing. I don't care. If a campaign doesn't do well, I'm not going to get down. I'm going to learn how to make it do well. I'm going to build off of it. I'm going to grow off of it. But I've been very fortunate. All my campaigns do 10 grand or more. Thank God. Thanks to you. Small ones like this, I still did almost 2 grand on this $12 book. I can't thank you enough. And again, the money's not what matters to me, other than it helps me create books. And every dime I make off of Kickstarters, I promise you, goes back into Filbo Publishing. You're not buying me a toy. You're not buying my kids a toy. You didn't buy me dinner tonight. It all goes back into Filbo Publishing. All of it. And Legendary Illustrations. It goes into advertising, production, hiring artists and editors. By the way, Charles Santino, amazing editor and writer, worked for Marvel. J.M. DeSantis, a great writer and amazing editor. Professionals, if you ever want to hire them. Hey, Chris Borman, what's going on? All right, I'm going to wrap it up. This is just the start, people, of what's coming. It's just the start. I'm not playing around. Come for the ride, guys. Filbo Publishing, okay? I'm very serious. We're taking this seriously while loving it and having fun. Comic books that'll make you love reading comic books again. And I'm very serious about that. I've been passionate for 40 plus years with comics, and I miss comics that I could look forward to picking up every week. So I decided to create a few. Give them a shot. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I'm willing to bet you won't. I will triple dog dare you to pick up one of my books and tell me it's not good. Triple dog dare you. The famous, dreaded triple dog dare. All right. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m., Legendary Illustrations live art drawing stream with Will Pladen. Where there's a will, there's a way Pladen. And Nick Kilkenny Calderon. And come, will you listen and talk with us? Come draw, and you DM me your picture, and I'll show it live with everybody and show off your art. Come hang out, talk. We laugh, we joke, we act stupid, we act silly, and they draw. All right. I appreciate you guys. A new year is just a date. A new mindset is a lifetime of positivity. It's not the date. It's not January 1st that changes you or your life. It's your mind and your heart. There is no tomorrow. Start now. If there's something that you really love to do, do it. Don't make excuses. There's a million reasons why you can't do something. There's one reason why you should, because it means something to you. Follow your dreams. Grab this world with both hands and hug it and embrace it tight and go get what you want. This year is your year as long as you want it to be. Go get it. I appreciate you. Be legendary and have fun stuff.